Watch this, bitches.
Sure.
At Paranerd asks if I guess it's just me. I know you guys weren't watching it. Asked if I'm sticking with Devilman Crybaby. We've watched the first 3 episodes, I believe. I don't know if that's any more than the last time I mentioned it, but we're definitely gonna stick with it. We somehow forgot that all the shows start up again in the new year. After that long break in the winter. Yep. So we forgot about that, and now all of our shows have like 3 or 4 episodes that we haven't watched. So we just we've been watching Runaways basically, and I think we're caught up on that. It's really good. Have you watched that at all?
I haven't watched it in forever. I think I'm like, how many episodes are there? 10
13,
or something?
I think they're up to.
Which one?
11, 12.
Wow.
They're above 10.
I think I've watched 4, or maybe 5.
Marvel's the Runaways? Marvel's or Runaways?
Just Runaways.
It's very good. Very well done, I think.
I felt like it was starting to slow down in pacing.
It did, but it speeds back up again.
Because having read the comics, I'm like waiting for things to happen.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah, so I think that's where you are in a better position than I am with that show.
Yeah, and I can't remember if I mentioned this last week, but we started watching Planet Earth 2. Did I talk about that?
Yes, you did.
Okay. That's unbelievable. You need to watch that. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do want to watch that. I just haven't gotten around to it.
It's like you can't even comprehend how they captured this footage.
I know, and it's funny because it's available to download, and I'm like, I can't watch Planet Earth 2 on my phone.
No, you cannot. No. What else?
I've been watching some old crappy movies.
I see that.
Channeling Wombat?
My evenings this week, I've been organizing my Garbage Pail Kids cards.
I don't understand you at all. Anyway, go on.
What about that is not understandable?
Right.
So are they vintage Garbage Pail Kid cards?
Oh yeah. They're all my Garbage Pail Kids cards from when I was a kid.
Do you have a Savage Stewart in your collection?
What? Yes, I'm pretty sure that's one of the ones I went through. I have
that's a series 1. That's why I'm
right. I have from number 3 on. I have at least an A or a B for. So
nice.
Yeah, I've got quite a few Garbage Pail Kids, so that's why it's taking me a while to go through them all.
Have fun.
So
you've been watching bad movies with those, and what bad movie did you watch most recently?
Demolition Man was the second one that I watched.
That's a fine film. I like Demolition Man.
That's good.
My wife had never seen it.
Oh, what did she think? I'm very curious.
She thought that Sandra Bullock needed to eat. Like that's why she did that movie.
She's skinny, yes.
And that.
Did you tell her that originally she was supposed to be his daughter?
No, I didn't deconstruct Demolition Man for her. Okay. I was just hoping she wasn't going to grab the controller. But
you should watch the Red Letter Media on that. It's pretty good.
That movie holds up still.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, because you know why? Because a dumb movie that takes place at a different time will hold up.
Well, I think that their vision of the future was...
They got it pretty good.
Yeah. It wasn't that off, really.
Nope. I listen to jingles in the car.
Right. Like they've got the self-driving cars. They got the turning the lights on with their voice. They've got the virtual reality sex.
It had a very high production value, that movie. Like the look of it back then, and it still looks good. Like some movies still just hold. Even somehow Star Wars still looks pretty good. The old ones.
The girl from Pitch Perfect is in it.
Nice.
The girl.
No, wait. That was Ghost Rider. Sorry, that was the other terrible movie I watched.
Yeah,
that movie doesn't look
Rebel
good,
Wilson is in Ghost Rider.
Rebel Wilson, yes, is in Ghost Rider. She's a girl who is getting mugged or potentially raped in an alley, and Nicolas Cage comes and saves her.
And she does not want any part of him.
Of Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, doesn't she like freak out?
No, she's like kind of goth, so she like is into it. She does not freak out.
I'm the Ghost Rider.
What? My biggest problem with Ghost Rider is Nicolas Cage's hair.
That whole movie is bad.
Why did they do that to his hair, though? It like, why couldn't he have just had like normal Nicolas Cage hair?
Well, I don't know, considering that it's fake anyway. You think?
Right. But it's like, it's just like jet black, and it's not like, there's no like real haircut to it. It's just hair on his head. It's really strange. It's really distracting. I like it when he becomes a flaming skull instead.
The flaming hair.
That's what you're watching the movie for, is to see Ghost Rider. I mean,
I really have no idea why I was watching the movie.
I don't either.
To make fun of it, that's why.
I hadn't seen it in so long that I was like curious, like how it was made, and I've never seen the sequel. Have you guys seen the sequel? I did. Is it him? I don't even remember.
It is him.
Does he have the same hair?
It takes place in like Europe or something. And I'll be honest, I've never watched the whole thing. Like, I've never made it through the whole movie in one sitting.
Does he just drive around in circles and talk about Big Ben?
It's so dumb. It's so bad. It really makes no sense. But I watched the series premiere of Black Lightning.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I recommend it.
I heard them advertising on Howard Stern.
Yeah.
They advertise everywhere.
Yeah. They want people to watch it. It's supposedly not going to take place in the regular CW Arrowverse. It's like separate, but we'll see how long that lasts.
Is it in the Black Arrowverse?
Yeah, he's in his own Black Lightning verse.
Blackverse.
I did catch up on the other shows also, and I tweeted this out today. I can't believe that both The Flash and Arrow are having a plot line where both heroes... Yeah. Both heroes are on trial for murder. That's like what's going on both shows right now.
But not in the same plot or different plots?
No, completely different. They have nothing to do with each other.
Well, to be fair, Arrow murdered a lot of dudes.
Oh, yeah, no, he's on trial for murders that he actually committed. So there's also this part of me watching
Arrow went back to the first episode and tallied up all the guys he killed.
He's on trial for murders he's committed. Maybe this person that we're supposed to think is a bad guy, maybe she's onto something.
Right.
But Barry Allen, he was framed. He was, he was playing out framed for murder. So he didn't do it.
Well, he doesn't kill people, right?
No, he doesn't kill people.
How is Black Lightning?
Does he kill people?
He doesn't kill a guy, but he does use a guy as a human shield, and that guy gets shot up. So I guess it's sort of like splitting hairs.
So when he zaps the guys, they don't die.
No, they just fly into the wall, and they're like, "Oh man, I've been lightninged.
I've been black lightninged.
I've been black lightninged."
They were doing it, so they did a live commercial for this on Howard Stern, and and Robin Quivers was like, she was like little indignant about the whole thing, and she's like, "It's not white Batman and white Superman. Why is it Black Lightning?" And I don't think she understood.
Yeah,
I don't think
that was the character's name. Yes,
I don't think she understood that they were paying, for an ad for the show. But she was getting a little upset about I realize it's an old character, right? The character's been around from like the.
Did you ever see that Saturday Night Live sketch from the early '90s, Superman's funeral, and Sinbad plays Black Lightning?
Yeah, vaguely.
And they kick him out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm Black Lightning.
Yeah.
I'm a real character.
I stopped watching all those superhero shows, the CW shows.
They're not good. Yeah. They're really not, and it's sort of a bummer. I still like Legends of Tomorrow though, because that's the dumbest.
Right.
It knows it's the dumbest. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. What's this next thing you're highlighting?
I don't know. Let's do a quick listen up, bitches. At One Track Punk writes in and wants to know what podcasts we're currently listening to. I'm not listening to anything, so this is really for you, Wombat, probably.
The shows today I listened to Doughboys, which is always funny. I do like that show, and I still listen to Never Not Funny.
What's Doughboys about?
Doughboys is these two comedians, and they eat at different chain restaurants every week with a celebrity of some sorts, and then they review that chain restaurant, and that's it.
What do you mean, like they eat at an Olive Garden or something?
Yeah, they'll eat at the Olive Garden, or they'll eat at Chili's.
Why?
Because they make fun of it, and then that's funny. and they review their meals. Yeah, and they eat.
Shipwreck.
They have one bad meal a week.
This sounds like a CW show, but in a podcast.
No, it's the food. The talking about food is a very small part of the. Okay. It's the reason for the show.
Got it.
But the show itself
it's an excuse to have a show, and then they.
It's an excuse, exactly. It's an excuse to have a show. They're both very funny. Nick Weiger and Mike Mitchell, who I do not know personally, they're the hosts, and they're very funny, and they have funny guests on. So,
they just set up shop inside of an Olive Garden.
Yeah, they did do a McNugget power hour.
Do they? No. That's a serious question. I want to know the answer to that. Do they record inside the restaurant?
No. They don't record it. No. They have a studio that they record in. So
that's less interesting to me, but okay.
A lot more people listen to that podcast than ours. So
I'm sure I wasn't mocking them at all. No, I mean, I would think it would be annoying if you were recording the show inside a restaurant.
No. They record in a studio and the sound is good. Also, I would recommend 80s All Over is a really good podcast if you were alive in the 1980s. That podcast they go month by month starting in 1980 and they're going to end in 1989.
That's a good year to end the 80s in.
Yes, and they discuss every movie that was released for that month. So they'll do like September 1980, and they'll talk about every movie that was released to theaters in September of 1980. And it's really cool. It's two film critics, and they talk about everything, and they splice it in with like clips from the trailers and stuff like that. So it's a really interesting show if you like movies and the 1980s.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was that called?
That's called 80s All Over. You would like that one, Cheapy. I would recommend starting in like the middle of 1980 because I know you're a sound is important to you, and it took them about 6 months to get their sound together.
Sounds good, Wombat.
But now they're in like 1982, and they're we're past that.
I've been playing that song quiz on Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty fun. It's like name that tune. And you can play playlists for different eras. And era. I am really good at the 80s. I went undefeated in the 80s. But I think it's like a scam. It says you're playing online against people. But I'm pretty sure it's just making that up. Because it asks you, when you start playing, it asks you for your name and where you live. And then I'll say, okay, you're playing against John in Ohio. Never once have I gotten like ass face from Uranus or anything like that. It's always been a real name. So I'm pretty sure it's just made up. But anyway, it's still a lot of fun if you like doing Name That Tune. Wombat, I think you would like it.
Okay.
And I know you have a million echoes. You could play it. You could have three different games going in your house.
I have a couple.
That's how you get your exercise too, just running room to room answering questions.
That's actually a good idea. I'd be onto something. We need to start a game show that's part exercise, part game show. Like
part physical challenge. You mean?
No, part physical challenge, part mental challenge.
Mm-hmm. I think I remember this show.
What show? Oh, the Nickelodeon show?
The Double Dare?
Yes. Double Dare. Yeah. Get time to bring it back. Wombat's Double Dare. Featuring Wombat.